Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, how are you feeling today? I hope you are excited and ready to dive into some poetry. And welcome to our poetry teaching video. I am excited to introduce and share our lesson with you today. We'll be exploring the beautiful poems Dreams by Langston Hughes. But before we jump into the lesson, let me introduce the team behind this video. I am Laila Nur Widiananda with my student number 2305086037.
I'm Defta Putriana Alviano with student number 23050866043.
I'm Nursyahada with student number 23050866044.
Before we get to the material, let's listen to the poem Dreams by Langston Hughes first. So, are you ready to start? Let's dive in together.
Dreams by Langston Hughes. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field frozen with snow.
Welcome everyone. In these sessions, we will explore the history and the elements of the poem, which is the title is Dreams by Langston Hughes. The history of this poem is timeless piece beautifully connects hope, ambitions, and resilience. So, the history of this poem is basically born in the Harlem Renaissance era, which is Langston Hughes was one of the leading voices of the Harlem Renaissance, a cultural movement during the 1920s and the 1930s that celebrated African American art, literature, music, and identity. Hughes' work often focused on themes of resilience, hope, and racial pride. Alright, I will explain more detail about the era on this poem. The Harlem Renaissance was a time of optimism and ambitions, despite the racial challenges of the period. Dreams reflect the broader message of the movement, the importance of holding on to hope and striving for a better future even in the face of adversity. Hughes both wrote this poem in a way that could inspire both individuals and the collective African American community. Alright, during the early 20th century, systemic racism and economic inequality left many African Americans feeling hopeless. Hughes' poem served as a rallying cry to keep striving, dreaming, and believing in a brighter future, embodying the spirit of perseverance that defined the Harlem Renaissance. The message of dreams goes beyond its era. It's a reminder for all of us to keep striving no matter the challenges we face. Alright, the next is, why does dreams continue to resonate today? Because the message of this poem is universal and timeless. It reminds us all, regardless of background or situations, to keep dreaming, and Hughes' Dreams is one of his most famous poems because of its universal appeal. Its message transcends time and place, resonating with anyone who has faced challenges, doubt, or moments of despair. The poem is simplicity, belief is depth, like an enduring piece of literature that continues to inspire readers for all generations. Alright, after we have learned about the history of this poem, so now I will tell you all about element there's in the poem Dreams by Langston Hughes. So, the first element is theme. The central theme of dreams is in the value of aspirations. Hughes shows us that dreams are essential to a meaningful life. Without them, life becomes stagnant and devoid of purpose. At its heart, Dreams is about indispensable value of dreams, not just aspirations, but the hopes and ambitions that sustain us. Hughes implores readers to hold fast to their dreams because they are the essence of meaningful life. Alright, let's dive into the symbolisms Hughes uses to amplify his message. For symbolisms, Hughes uses simple yet profound symbolisms. For the first one is broken winged bird, represents misses opportunities and the inability to rise above challenges. A bird without wings cannot soar, much like a person without dreams cannot achieve their full potential. For the second, barren field frozen with snow, symbolize desolations and lifelessness. Snow covering a field suggests no growth, no fruitfulness, and the no possibility of renewal state of spiritual and emotional emptiness. These symbols help the poem connect universally. They resonate deeply, reminding us of the risk of letting our dreams slip away. So, the next is imagery. Hughes employs vivid imagery to connect with readers on an emotional level. For the first, broken winged bird evokes a visual and emotional sense of helplessness. For the second, barren field frozen with snow paints a cold, bleak picture of a lifeless existence. This image resonates universally, making the poem timeless and relatable. Alright, for the next one is tone. The tone is inspirational yet cautionary. Hughes encourages readers to cherish and protect their dreams, but he also warns of the consequence of letting them slip away. Alright, for the next is structure and form. The poem is composed by two quatrains or four-line stanzas with a clear and rhythmic flow. Each quatrain reinforces the same message, which is the necessity of dreams. Alright, for the rhyme schemes, the poem uses a simple rhyme scheme of A, B, C, B in both stanzas. Okay, for the next one is the language. The language is simple, direct, and accessible, make it easy for readers to internalize the message and makes the poem relatable to everyone, transcending age, culture, and time. Its accessibility is part of what makes it so enduring. This simplicity reflects Hughes' style of writing for the comment, ensuring his words reach people of all ages and background. So, now I will explain more about an element of this poem, which is the literary devices that in the poem Dreams by Langston Hughes. Alright, for the first one is metaphor. Life is compared to a broken winged bird and the barren field, emphasizing the lifelessness that comes from losing dreams. The second one, personifications. Dreams are portrayed as something that can die or go, making them feel tangible and alive. The third one is repetitions. The phrase "hold fast to dreams" is repeated to stress its importance. For the fourth one, parallelisms. Both stanzas mirror each other structurally, creating a rhythmic balance that reinforces the message. Alright, for the next one, alliterations. The phrase "frozen with snow" uses repeated consonant sounds to enhance the imagery. These tools work together to create a poem that's both simple and profound. Alright, that's it for the history and the element of this poem. I hope this session inspired you to hold fast to your own dreams and encourage others to do the same.
So, we're gonna learn about how Langston Hughes used metaphor in his poem. But before that, I will explain to you what is metaphor. A metaphor is a way to explain something by saying it's like something else, even if they're not really the same. We use metaphors to show how two things are similar in a creative way. They make ideas easier to understand and help people feel emotions more clearly. Instead of saying something directly, you compare it to something else to make a stronger point. For example, if you say time is a thief, it helps people feel how time can take things away like a thief would. After we hear and know what the metaphor is, let's we analyze a metaphor in the poem Dreams by Langston Hughes. There are 4 lines that we mark. It is the metaphor in this poem. So let's just dive into the explanation. First, life is a broken-winged bird that cannot fly. Here, Langston Hughes used a metaphor to show what life is like without dreams. He says it's like a bird with broken wings. Imagine a bird with broken wings. It can't fly anymore. A bird is supposed to fly high in the sky, but now it's stuck on the ground. That's what life feels like when you don't have dreams. You can't move forward or grow. This shows that dreams are really important. They help us move ahead and reach our goals. Without dreams, life becomes small and stuck, like a bird that can't fly. Next, life is a barren field frozen with snow. In this line, Hughes used another metaphor to describe a life without dreams. He says it's like a barren field covered in snow. Imagine a field that can't grow anything. It's empty and with snow on top. Nothing can change or grow. It just stays cold and stuck. That's what life feels like without dreams, with no chance to get better. This shows how important dreams are. They help us grow and make life better. Without dreams, life stays empty like that snowy field. Now, after we analyze and study the metaphors in this poem, let's discuss about what we learned before. Why did Hughes choose this metaphor to describe a life without dreams? What do you think about the image of a life like a broken-winged bird that cannot fly, or life is a barren field frozen with snow? Please give the answer in the comment section below.
Okay, next is for the first text. Your first text is to write what you think about the use of metaphors in these 2 sentences. What is being compared to what? Or why did Hughes choose these images to convey his message? I will waiting for 30 seconds to your answer. Are you ready? Okay, for the answer. First, for the sentences, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. The answer is, life is compared to a bird with broken wings that cannot fly. Hughes may have chosen this image to show that life without dreams or purpose becomes limited and directionless, like a bird that has lost its ability to fly freely. And for the next sentences, life is barren field frozen with snow means that life is compared to a barren field frozen and covered with snow. This image might be chosen to represent a life that is cold, unpredictable, and helpless when one loses dreams or aspiration. Okay, next for the second text. Now, try to creating your own sentences using metaphors. For example, you could start with sentences like, life without hope is a candle that is extinguished in the darkness. Or, my dream is like blah blah blah. I will waiting for 30 seconds for your answer. Are you ready? Okay, next for the answer for text 2. The example sentences is, first, my dream is like a river flowing endlessly toward the ocean. Or, failure is a cloud that covers the sun but it won't last forever. Or, friendship is a bridge that connects two hearts. Or, life is a book and each day is a new page to write. Now, let's move on to the reflection part. I'll share some of my personal answer to this question about Langston Hughes' poems, Dreams. After hearing my response, I'd love for you to think about your own answer too. Get ready to reflect and connect this poem to your life. First question. Think of dream or goal you have. How does it give your life purpose or meaning? This is my answer. One of my dreams is to write a book that inspires others. This goal gives me a life meaning because it connects me to something bigger than myself. Reading allows me to express ideas, share emotion, and create something lasting that could positively impact someone else's life. Knowing that my words could inspire or comfort others keeps me motivated and focused. What about you? Take a moment to think about your dreams and how it gives your life purpose. Feel free to share your answer in the comments. Second question. Imagine a world where people stop dreaming. What do you think life would look like? Here's my personal reflection. A world without dreams would feel stagnant and lifeless, like the barren field Langston Hughes describes. Without aspiration, there would be no innovation, no progress, and no sense of hope. People might feel stuck in routines, lacking the passion and energy that come from striving towards something greater. It would be a world filled with the monotony and despair, where creativity and ambition fade away. Now, imagine that world for yourself. How would it look or feel? Write your answer down or discuss it with someone. Next, third question. Have you ever faced a situation where it felt hard to hold on to a dream? How did you overcome it? Or what could you have done differently? This is my answer. Yes, there was a time when I doubted my ability to achieve my career goals due to setbacks and self-doubt. It felt overwhelming, but I overcame it by breaking the dream into smaller, achievable steps and celebrating small victories along the way. I also leaned on supportive friends and mentors who reminded me of my potential. In hindsight, I could have been kinder to myself and embraced the idea that failure is part of the journey. Instead of seeing setbacks as the end, I learned to view them as lessons that strengthened my resolve. What about you? Reflect on a moment when you struggled to hold on to your dream. How did you handle it and what did you learn? Take your time and prepare your answer. Reflection like this help us realize just how important dreams are in our lives. Feel free to share your answer in the comments or discuss them with someone close to you. Alright, we have come to the end of the video. To review, today we learn about some metaphor from Dreams by Langston Hughes and practice it, make them in sentences. These metaphors don't just carry meaning, but they create vivid imagery and express powerful emotion in poetry. I hope you enjoyed exploring this metaphor in this poem or others, and understanding how they contribute to the overall message of the poem. Thank you so much for learning together today. I hope this lesson has been useful for all of you. Don't forget to complete the assigned tasks and share your thoughts in the comment section. See you in the next learning video. Goodbye.